What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. I just finished doing the Denthead podcast, which was awesome and successful. We actually did some giveaways. Everybody had fun. We had a whole bunch of people in the chat. It was really great and awesome. But the most awesome part was what happened during the video. So apparently our boy DSP, the scammer, got scammed. Woo-hoo-hoo! So essentially, you know how the boy's been talking about that someone reached out to him a month ago or two that they were ready to finance, they were willing to finance his PC. And he thought he had the guy and he claimed he knew him and he claimed he vetted him and all that other stuff. Even got him to give him an ID. And our boy DSP decided he was going to start doing PC component shopping. And he spent all this time just boring everybody on his chat, talking about what PC component he needed to buy, whether he should get a DSLR camera instead of a webcam, if he should get a powerful GPU, if he should get a powerful CPU, if he should get 16 gigabytes of memory versus 32, the whole shebang. And we were sitting there just being bored, and a lot of us contemplated whether it was true or not. We thought maybe Phil had already bought the PC and he was just lying to his den head so that they don't know that he actually has money and isn't broke all the time. But today he decided to let us know that there will be no PC. So let's play the video, pimps.
Hello everybody, it's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tip me, so I could catch up on back.
Let's talk about what we've been talking about all last week, and this week we really haven't talked about that much, upgrading my PC. Okay, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, I had a video that corrupted. And when it corrupted, I got frustrated and I was like, guys, this is annoying because now it seems like this corrupted video thing is happening every couple of weeks. One of the videos I record corrupts for some reason. I don't know what's causing this. It just started about 2 months ago. It's been an on and off thing that's been happening now pretty much every other week. Okay.
It's probably happened because your PC is 8 years old. You never clean it. You never make any maintenance to it. You never upgrade the software. You never do anything but just sit there like a lazy moron and just let your laptop degrade. That's why.
Okay. And it's very frustrating because when a video corrupts, now I got to try to figure out a way to get that video online. It's not easy. And you know, we talked a little bit about, well, maybe it's time to realistically get a new setup because this PC's 8 years old. The stuff starts to wear out. I use it every day, right? So last week, every single morning on the Level 1 podcast, we talked about.
Mind you, this is the man that leaves his laptop on, never shuts it off because he's scared that something will corrupt and he won't be able to stream. Every single day. And then he wonders why his laptop is ready to die.
PC components. We talked about ideal state. If money wasn't a factor, right? What would I realistically need for a rig that I would want, right? And we talked about future-proofing it. So not only getting exactly what I would need for today, but also future-proofing my setup so that it could do more in the future, yada, yada, yada. You know, we spent the whole week doing this. We got the whole setup, the lineup, all right? So then finally, after a week of talking about it, got to the point where it's time to price it out and see what it costs. Well, basically pricing out everything that we figured out that I would want for my new setup. And by the way, that doesn't even include a new webcam. It's basically the PC alone to upgrade, you know, CPU, GPU, RAM, hard drives, capture device, power source, motherboard, etc., okay? To be able to get what we talked about would cost around anywhere from $2,000 to maybe $2,300, but you also have to factor in tax and shipping. So when you really factor in everything, you're essentially talking about a $2,500 rig, okay? It's very pricey, right? I mean, yeah, for any computer that's pricey, but it would give me exactly what I want. Full 1080p, smooth 60 frames per second every game that I capture. I'd be able to do a high definition webcam and or camera, also as the face cam over that as well, and it wouldn't really affect it. It wouldn't downgrade the quality. And essentially,
still won't fix the quality crappy content.
I would be future-proofing myself so I wouldn't have a lot of problems moving forward, okay? game on this thing, and that was never the intention. You could probably downgrade the graphics card a bit and save some money. Do I really need the 32 gigabytes of RAM? Probably not. I probably just need 16 for now, and then in a few years, if I feel like 32 would help, then I could buy it myself and install it. That's one of the easiest things
You can't buy anything yourself, pimp. You don't have a job. You get donations. So again, your pay pigs, den heads will pay for it.
you do on a PC is upgrade the RAM. It's very simple, and I know how to do it. That's not a big deal. Same thing with the graphics card. We were talking about, oh, let's get a 4K graphics card. Am I going to be capturing and streaming at 4K? No.
What's a 4K graphic card? There's nothing called a 4K graphic card. Now, if you need a graphic card to play in 4K, do 4K gaming, then that's not a 4K graphic card. So essentially what you're going to need is a 2060 Ti or better. So, I mean, this is the man that claims to have built PCs for, you know, God knows how many times he doesn't even know what the terminology is.
We were trying to future-proof, but again, if you're basically trying to get to a situation where it's affordable, just get the 1080p graphics card and save yourself money. So basically, we were like scaling back. What can we get in range with what would be a more reasonable price point? Okay.
Big Roach had to scale back.
We were working on this for a few days, and we were actually looking at a few sites that had some pre-built rigs that were very close to what that would have been. We actually had found like a site that was around 1400 or something like that, and the problem was we looked at it, we're like, oh, this looks great, and then we were gonna maybe get it. Oh, it's in Germany. Oh shit. Well, guess how much it costs to ship a computer across the planet from Germany? It ain't worth it.
So he was shopping for a computer and didn't realize the site he was on was a German site. What the hell is wrong with this person? I know we give Wings a lot of crap for having a 62 IQ, but I'm pretty sure DSP's IQ is down there too. Maybe not 62, maybe 63, 64, but okay, let's keep going.
Okay. So essentially this is an ongoing process. Well, I got some bad news, okay? I talked to the person yesterday and they were like, well, they got bad news. So basically something went wrong with some of their own equipment, and now they have to buy expensive equipment that they did not expect to have to buy out of nowhere. And because of that, they don't have the money right now to finance the PC. And I was like, well, that's life. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't upset. Like, that's life. That shit happens all the time. You never know when something's gonna go wrong.
I'm calling bullshit right here. I'm calling bullshit. One, like I claimed previously, there was no one out there that was going to buy him a PC. He was going to buy the PC himself. But the reason why he didn't buy it, the reason why he claimed someone else was going to buy it or donate it, was because he doesn't want his den heads to know that he has money to spend on a PC. That's the first thing. So he had the money he was going to buy, and then he was going to claim somebody was going to buy it for him, right? I think he got cold feet. I think he didn't want to spend the money. He didn't want to dish out the $2,000 that it would cost to buy it and ship it or whatever, because he realized, oh, you know, he thought he was going to get something cheaper. Or he was hoping maybe somebody would come in and give him a couple dollars to help him offset the cost of it, right? But none of that happened. So he made up this whole thing about some guy donating money for, you know, wanting to finance the whole thing, thinking he, you know, knowing that he was going to pay for it out of pocket. And he got cold feet. And now he's coming and giving the sob story and the white run crying, you know, crying emojis in the chat, and lying and basically saying, oh, this guy ran into some PC issues and he's going to have to spend the $1,500 he was going to spend on my PC to buy components for his PC. That makes no sense, Pip. That makes no sense at all. So you lying to us. So I'm calling bull on that.
I personally have experienced this over the years. All of a sudden, one of my monitors just dies out of nowhere or won't turn on right. Well, now I gotta drop a few $100s on that, and I wasn't expecting it, you know, and that's kind of what...
His body language gives it away. If you ever notice when he's lying, he always shakes his head no. So he's saying something, and if you notice his head, he's shaking his head no. Now that's a telltale sign. It's a subconscious cue to tell the person that the person's lying. So he's lying.
Happens. So in this case, it is what it is. In reality, it's a good thing that I didn't really rush into getting this PC, because actually it might have put this person in a really bad position, which I would have felt really bad about. So I'm glad that we didn't kind of like.
You suck dry your paychecks every single day from tips and money and donations and memberships. You didn't care what the hell it would have done to a person's pocket, Phil. Stop lying. Stop lying, because whenever you have low donations, and you start complaining about the donations, and the people in your chat say, "Hey, we're in a recession. People don't have money like that. Inflation, gas is expensive." What do you say? No, that's not a valid excuse. So that's a lie.
Rush into it, and then oh shit, then there's something on their end breaks. Now they can't afford to replace it. I would have been really bad. Felt really bad for that case. Okay, so for now,
doubt.
Right, it is what it is. Right now I'm not getting a new PC anytime soon. In reality, I wasn't even expecting to do this. Like when we remember last week, we started talking about, hey, let's talk about the components. It was actually like during that time frame we were talking about the components that this person kind of reached out to me and said, hey, I'd like to finance this PC or whatever. So it was unexpected that this even happened. What I was thinking is, let's outline everything that we want, right? And then see later this year if there's a way to finance it. Like I told you guys, maybe during the fall, when there's new releases and there's a lot of attention on DSP gaming because people are watching the new releases, so viewership is up, ad revenue is up, engagement is up, just in general support is up because I'm playing the new games. Maybe then we could do some special event to do some fundraising and fundraise enough to maybe get a PC that's not top of the line $2,500, maybe we could get like that $1,000 to $1,500 PC. Realistically, I bet you we could do that. But it has to be at a time frame when I'm already got other stuff going on that people are excited for and supporting. It can't be now the dead of summer. Because like I told you guys, here's what would happen. If, let's say, I failed to fundraise. Let's do a special marathon event fundraiser to raise $1,000 to buy this PC. I almost would guarantee you we would hit it. Seriously, because I know how generous my fans are. The problem is, all right, right now, because it's the summertime, right? Everything's slow, inflation is high, everything's fucked up right now, okay? Likely what would happen is I'd raise enough to get the PC, and then people wouldn't be able to support my daily streams for a while. Like, well, I just kind of went crazy to help you finance the PC, but now I can't tip you daily on a stream. I can't do a super chat. I can't renew my membership this month. If that happens, I'm literally shooting myself in the foot. I'm saying, well, I'm getting a new PC, but now I can't make money with the new PC because no one can afford to support the streams anymore. This is the danger of being a crowd-funded individual. I don't have any sponsorships or partnerships with anyone. I don't have any consistent income outside of what you guys contribute on a stream and just ad revenue on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna rip into this more on right now. Okay, so that was the whole end goal of this whole PC bullshit. He knew that he was gonna do a Beggathon, and he couldn't just do a Beggathon right just yet because he had his bills and everything else, and he knew that it wasn't gonna fly with his viewers right away. So now he made that whole thing up about the donated money for the PC, so that he can come back today and essentially claim that he's the person backed out, they can't afford it because of whatever lie he came up with. So we're gonna have to do a Beggathon to raise money for the PC. That was ultimately the end goal here, Pimp. Everybody knows that that's what you wanted to do and that's what you're trying to accomplish. So I call bullshit on that. As it relates to doing a stream now, a Beggathon now, you're not gonna do it because you're worried that people will donate. Like you said, your viewers are generous, that they would raise enough money for you to buy a PC, right? But you'd be concerned that for the next couple weeks after that you wouldn't get enough tips or wouldn't get enough super chats or wouldn't get enough memberships, and you would get hurt in the pocket. How is that anyone's fault? That's your fault. That's your fault for having a mobile game addiction. That's your fault for door dashing all your meals. That's your fault for going into debt and owing $500,000 in debt. That's your fault for not paying your taxes. That's your fault. And when you say you have no consistent income, you get a monthly check every single month from YouTube in the range of $7,000 to $9,000, pimp. And because you can't budget throughout the month, how is that anyone's issue or problem? That is your fault. That's your fault, pimp. So to hear you sit here and cry, it's all crap, pimp. No one's buying it. So what I suggest you do, man, is just, I think you should pack it up and get yourself a real job. Get yourself a real job and maybe do the streaming on the side part-time. Because, your nonsense is just boring. All right, pimps. This is your boy Duty. Peace out.